Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video we're going to quickly go over how to use masks in ON1 Photo RAW for local adjustments. Masks are a game changer. They let you make precise edits to specific areas of your photos, not the whole image. Once you start using them, you'll wonder how you ever edited photos without them. Let's get started. So what are masks? Masks lets you make adjustments to just specific parts of your image. Think of them like invisible guides that tell your software which areas to affect and what not to affect. Super helpful for local adjustments without changing the whole photo. So now we're going to look at ON1 and this is the software we're using today. So how to use masks in ON1 Photo RAW 2026? The first thing you need to do is open your photo. We're going to use this one here today. So we're going to open it into the program, and to do that you can either use the edit function up here or you can just simply press D. If you press D, it just takes you into the develop module where you make all the changes of your photos first. I've already made a few changes to this photo, so we're ready to go with this one. So local adjustments is what we're going to be looking at today, and local adjustments you'll find over here on the right. So understanding what local adjustments are, this section is where you'll find tools for making targeted changes to specific parts of your image. It's located in the right panel on the ON1 interface, so over here. There are different adjustments you can use depending on what you want to do. You'll see options for what you can choose to mask, and different adjustment tools let you control specific parts of your photo like the exposure, contrast or color. Now for this image, and just to make it as simple as possible, we're just going to stick with the brush tool. So if we go over here and we press brush, you'll see a whole panel comes up. Up the top here you have your mask, then you have the opacity where you can decide you can lower it or make it full. There are different styles that you can use. We're not going to use these today, but we might use them another time. And then the main thing that a lot of people use these local adjustments for are these here, for exposure, contrast, etc. Much similar to what you find in the develop module. And then there are a few others, structure, then the color, your temperature, saturation, and down here you can paint with color, but we're not going to look at that today. So if we go up to our brush, which we've already selected, and I've just selected it again, and then we go over to our image. If I go like this and just do a line across, and then if I come up here and I say move the exposure or any of these other ones, I'll just double click on it to go back, you can see where the mask has made the change. So if I just press O, that shows you the mask. So black is always covering up and white exposes it. And if you want to, with this mask, you can also invert it. So if you do Control I, that will change the black and the white around like this. And then if we press O again, we can see that the overexposed area was the opposite to what it was before. But let's just go back to how it was. And let's say we want to undo that, or let's say we make the mask bigger. So we do the whole photo. We don't really want it that bright. But we decide that we don't want that much of the image in the mask. So what we can do is go up to the top here to erase. You click erase, then when you come down, it will, you can take that away where you don't want that mask to be. I don't know why you can't see the brush, but there we go. Something weird with this computer. And then if we press O again, we can see that it's a much smaller brush or much smaller area. And then we can also get rid of the other bits that we didn't see when we were first doing it. Okay, so then you can also do other things, like if you, let's turn that, if you press this little dot in here, that turns it off. So you can choose the subject, the background, the sky, so you can just make changes to those, which can be really, really handy. This isn't the right image for that, but we might go back to another one. So if we go to this area over here, you can see there are lots of different things that you can do, but the one we're going to use the most is gradient. The gradient is kind of a cool tool, but you don't have to use it exactly like this. So if you're using it like this, you can move it, you just press the big, but if you want to change the angle, you just press the little, inside the little circle, you can spin it around. If you want to feather it, which is what these lines, the broken line here is for, you can move them out, or you can move them closer, you can move them to wherever you want to. And once you've got that mask up, let's have a look, go O, you can see the gradual section from one mask, from one color to the other. You just press O again. Now we could like darken the bottom bit, so you get a darker bottom. You could move it around anywhere you want. Let's turn that off. Then if you go down to gradient again, but this time we're going to come up here to where it says shape and gradient. So if we went center, you can see here you've got a circular one, so this time you can change the shape of this, and you can also feather it more if you want to. Let's put this one here. Let's say we darkened it again. You can see this is really horrible because it's just darkening the middle of the image. But if we do Control I, it will darken the rest of the image but leave the middle of the photo really bright. And then we can also come down here. If we press on the eye, you can see the preview gets turned off, so you can see what the image looked like originally and then what it looks like now. You can also press this here, which is the, seems to be the universal symbol for a mask, which is the white rectangle with the black circle in the front. If you press that, you can see what the mask looks like. And then same with the letter O. Letter O does the same thing. Okay, let's turn that one off. And we'll go back to gradient. There we go. And see what the others are here. Edges. I'm not sure what's happened here. We can see it over here, but it's not, there we go. So this can be a way to put like a vignette on your photo. You can just darken the edges, or if you want to go for that other, you can lighten them, whichever way you want to go. I'll just turn that off. You can see here, if you click on the name of the adjustment, you get a list of all the masks that you've come up with. And I think there's one more here. Go to here and we'll go reflected gradient. I don't know why. Yeah, there we go. this is an interesting one because you can do like top and bottom. So you could do more on that side or more on this side. And again, you can swing it around with this little arm, or you can move it to where you want to move it to. I don't really like that one. So for this, let's say we click on the 3 lines, and you can disable it, reset it, remove it, or we can blend it. But I think for this one we might just remove this one. We turn this one on, we could say no, I don't like this either. You can just reset it. So this will keep the mask there, but it resets all the changes that you made. If you press the X, it gets rid of it completely. So you don't have to go into those 3 lines to remove it. Okay, so they're sort of some of the basic things that you can do with a mask in with local adjustments. Now if we just go back to browse, let's say we pick this one here, and we'll press the letter D again, and so we have this photo, and we go into local adjustments. Let's hope this works. Let's select sky, and we can, if we press O, we can see it's selected the sky. Now what we could do if we wanted to is we could darken the sky, we could add more contrast to the sky, we could up the highlights, just the sky, the whites, whatever we wanted. So you can just, so the only area that's been affected in this image is the sky. So keep previewing your masks so you can see what you're doing. Just keep trying to use the masks. I'm going to finish it here. This is just a small introduction into what masks can do. There'll be more videos coming with what you can do as far as with effects and other ways of using masks. Just start small and work your way up. Anyway, thanks for watching this video on how to use a mask in ON1 Photo RAW for local adjustments. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Anyway, until next time, keep editing and stay creative.